Hi there, it's Robin Moser and Anna Terranova here for another version of the Tipsy Realtor in Season 2. And today we're going to do kind of a little bit more of a complex cocktail, which we'll talk about. And we're also going to talk about how to stage the outside of your home for those summer resale markets.
Yes, I'm very excited about cocktail. Robin told me all about it. I'm so proud of her. She used the freshest ingredients.
I did.
And it's one of the going to be amazing those patio drinks, right?
It is.
So it's a mouthful. Basil Rosemary Orange
Shandy.
Okay, so did I forget some more words?
So let's start with a cocktail.
Yeah.
And now this one, it actually has quite a bit of ingredients, and there's actually a little bit of prep that you have to do beforehand, which I did already. So first of all, I started out with 3 cups of water and 1 cup of sugar. And I put a cup of water and a cup of sugar on the stove, and I boiled it to make what's called a syrup. A simple syrup. And then after using that simple syrup, making that syrup, I added in fresh rosemary, fresh basil, and 2 large orange peels, and I put them into the mixture, and then I let it simmer for 15 minutes.
Okay.
So after simmering for 15 minutes, it gets a really kind of nice, beautiful flavor in there of the herbs. Mm-hmm. Then I added 2 more cups of water, and I added 4 cups of freshly squeezed orange juice, which I have to laugh because I had to take out my Magic Express Bullet juicer, which I haven't used in forever, and made my fresh squeezed orange juice.
It was still in the box, probably.
It wasn't in the box, but it was funny because it was not that long ago that my husband was like, "When was the last time we used that?" And I'm like,
yeah,
so I used it.
It's one of those appliances you always buy because you think it's a great idea, but you never use it. So there you go.
So
we get to use it today.
And then after doing all that work, all that preparation, which we always like to say preparation is key.
Yes.
You let it cool. And then after letting it cool, you get your big glasses of ice.
So we transfer it into the sexy bottle.
Yeah. Yep. And then after you do that, you take this, you pour just like halfway in your glass, the mixture, the concoction that you made of your syrup and so forth. And then you top it off with any kind of IPA beer. Now, we're using today, Lula's Bayesian Pale Ale, which I got. I know. So, and then you just top it off, and there's your summer drink. Your summer drink
assistance
for your patio. Because you're going to need it while you're outside getting your property ready.
Get this.
Rob's liking the pale ale. Yes, and you can top it with.
Yes, we're using gluten-free one too.
Yes, and you can top it with a little bit of rosemary. You can top it with some basil. You can make it all the key elements of this drink.
It smells amazing. I love that herb smell.
So there you go.
Oh. All right.
Cheers.
Okay. Let's try this together.
You would not even know that there's beer in here. It's actually really, really good. I'm surprised.
The syrup, you mean? Oh my God.
You can totally taste the spices.
Yes.
It's really, really nice.
It's very refreshing, super fragrant. I would say ultimate barbecue patio drink. I would highly recommend. Like, you can make a big bowl of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And because like when I made this, there was a ton, like 8 cups worth. Of the mixture. So you have a ton of it left over. Yeah. So you could leave it in the fridge for like a couple of days. You can make it beforehand and then just top everyone's off with beer, right?
It's delicious.
Yeah. So it would actually be a really nice cocktail for outside while you have friends and family over. If you did it in a big punch bowl, like you said, really nice cocktail.
And goes well with grilled meats, I feel like.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
Of the herbs, and it's going to really bring out that flavor and the freshness of orange juice.
Absolutely.
It's going to be, I don't have the machine of squeezing oranges, so it's going to be
by hand.
I'll start tomorrow. I'll get ready by the weekend.
Actually, I was at the cabin the other day, and I actually hand squeezed orange juice for Clint. Like, we had the orange thing.
Commitment.
I know.
You did all about commitment. Like, you're squeezing, making everything from scratch. Wow. Like,
but yeah. So, great cocktail.
Yes.
But you're going to need it because you're going to be outside staging your home for getting ready for your selling over the resale months. Now,
Serve this to the buyers. It's like,
I'm sure that there's not any law against that.
Just to imagine sitting on this patio, drinking this cocktail. How would you not want to buy this house?
You're funny.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're getting your house ready. The first question is, what should I do? Now, I always tell people the first thing you do is pick your weeds, right?
Clean up the debris, the weeds, the stuff that is like dry leaves from the season before, things that look dead.
Yeah. Mow your lawn. I know that sounds like such a silly thing, but seriously, mow your lawn, water your lawn, get it nice and green if you know you're coming up for sale. If you've got rocks, sometimes a lot of times people won't realize, but you can just get like little bits of rocks to go on either side of your patio, and you can put a little bit of landscaping fabric down so it's a nice kind of clean line as they come up to your property. Paint your trim. If you're staging or outside getting ready for the house going up for sale.
Especially like anything eye level.
Yeah.
Because, that's something you will see without looking.
Yeah.
And if it's a completely lost cause like me who cannot do anything gardening wise, buy beautiful baskets
that are already made at your local hardware store or
at Costco, Walmart. They all sell it now.
Absolutely. Or growers, Golden Acres, Growers Direct. They all have them that you can actually buy them.
Shapes and sizes. Some of them look even like those kind of like botanical gardens.
Absolutely.
So you can have those and kind of mix and match. Those actually are really good for repelling some insects as well. And also, like, remember, like a lot of people, especially since we're coming off the COVID whole thing, inside outside lifestyle is important.
Absolutely.
A lot of people love being outside, and even if the weather not like the one we're having in the last 3 days, but when the weather is more acceptable, people still like to have those entertainment outside. So when we look at the homes, we're not necessarily thinking like, oh, how many people can I pack into my home? It's like, how can I host them outside?
Well, and how can I live? But again, you also remember too, is that's certainly important because a lot of times, especially in these busy markets, which they're still busy, they're not as slow, and on the hot houses, they're quite busy, is that people may have to take a look at the outside of the house first before they go on the inside of the house. So my other thing, if you're staging, take down your Christmas lights. It's not Christmas. There's nothing cute about having Christmas lights up in July.
Especially the multicolor one.
Yeah, exactly. Take down your Christmas lights.
Icicles.
Take down your icicles. That's part of staging your home. Now, think about when you're walking up to your house. You're walking up to your house, the grass is freshly cut, everything is well maintained, you've got all your trim painted. Stage something nice on the front steps as you walk up. Like you said, if you want to bring color in, put in some flowers, get some baskets, make it cute, put a little rocker out on the front porch.
Yeah.
People buy lifestyles. So make it so there's a vision when you walk up.
Yeah, you don't have to go spend tons of money on like best patio furniture. Or sometimes if you have a patio furniture already there, couple pillows. Canadian Tire is notorious for having those all season pillows. Or sometimes if you have the pillows, you can just change the outside of the pillows. Pillow shams, I guess.
Yeah.
You can also buy them at the Canadian Tire. I know those are very affordable. And just spruce it up, make it a little bit sexier, more inviting, so it doesn't look like it's just like too old or not taken care of. Buyers want to see the house is being taken care of.
Absolutely.
So having a little bit dressed up outside, freshly cut grass, all the dead debris is away. Like also, if you have let's say on a smaller size backyard, put away things you don't use. If your kids have grown out of certain things, put those away. Sell that tree house. To open up the space. And if you just keep certain things in the backyard for storage, I also would put those away to open up the space.
Now, if you're like me and you don't tend to have a lot of time to weed everything to make it look perfect, another trick I use in my house to make it look pretty is throw down some landscape fabric and either some rocks or some wood chips. Because it's a very easy way to clean up a yard. Because you want to make those flower beds look everything well kept. Because here's the biggest thing I always tell people when we're looking at listing their homes. People, when they buy your house, they envision the lifestyle that you present as the lifestyle that they're going to lead when they live there. Which means that if everything is not taken care of and everything is a mess and in disarray and not maintained, they don't want to lead that kind of life. And you'll think, oh my gosh, why can't they see past that? You would be amazed as to what people can't see past. And you have to remember too that no matter how busy the market is, you are not the only house for sale.
Yes,
so it means that you're
absolutely.
not their only option.
And I have heard it even like this year. Like I heard it from several of my buyers when we walk to the house and while like your realtor getting the key, they're walking around, they're looking at stuff, and the comment about landscaping always comes up. It's like in especially like in the early spring when we start looking, like oh look, they're taking care of their like flower beds. There was like a freshly planted flowers. It's well maintained, right? So they already made their kind of expectation how much they're gonna like the house before they even walked in a home. So having that freshly maintained outside is super important because once they already liked it, they walked in, they're like the house becomes so much better.
Absolutely. And also too is you can take those patio lights are a nice way to do a way to dress up a yard as well. They're not that expensive. You can get some nice patio lights to go and outline a path to the backyard or just give it kind of a nice little feel. So if they are getting there when it's starting to feel like dusk, well, usually that's the beginning of the summer, certainly not midsummer, then it gives them that nice feel. So those are some of the things that you can do to dress up the outside of your home. But the biggest thing is get rid of garbage. Oh, here's another thing. I'm always a big fan of people when they're listing their home that if they have a deck and the outside of the deck isn't covered, right? If your outside of your deck isn't covered underneath, then you need to do something again to clean it up. Because if it's basically any like lower than someone just bending down, they're going to see what's underneath your deck. And if underneath your deck is a bunch of junk and a bunch of old wood and a bunch of stuff like that, then let's get rid of it. Let's get that gone, whatever it takes, because again, you're giving that impression.
Yes.
And if you have a neighbor that has, I don't know, let's say 3 large pit bulls, maybe talk to your neighbors about if their yards are not desirable to look at, or if they have something that may detract buyers who don't have all the information. Maybe talk to your neighbors about cleaning up their yard or putting away their dogs while you're having showings, so issues like that won't come up.
I know that would be a very tricky one because not everybody neighborly friendly.
We would hope, though. We hope.
But it's also always worth a try because, yes, every time you look, from the second floor down just to see what your neighbor's like, if they have a kids, if they're dog lovers, if they're super clean, like what else is there, right? The yard that is kind of the junky, that is not well maintained, like, ooh, who is my neighbor gonna be?
Absolutely.
Like that also gives like a second thought to the buyer, maybe this is not the right house.
Yeah. And if you back onto a green space, I know for us, we back onto a green space and we actually cut our green space behind us all the time, even though we're really not required to, but we do it to keep it fresh and tight. That might be something you want to consider as well, because if you back onto a bunch of unsightly weeds, that's not attractive either.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Once you're getting your house ready, make sure everything, again, the buyer can possibly see is well maintained.
Absolutely.
And the fans also, I'm just going to bring that very quickly.
Good call.
Fans and gates. One of the things, easy to fix, maintain. A lot of people kind of leave those and never fix them. But again, it will come up on a home inspection. And then you will have to fix it or let the buyer to grab for something like to renegotiate. And I had that happen where like the gates, especially that come out to the green zones, a little forest, came back all the time. And if you have pets, the gates are important to people because that's what's going to keep the kids and pets in the yard. So keep those, remembering that they need to be functional and fixed and safe.
Absolutely. But just to change the subject, because I like prizes. We are giving away this amazing smoker. And it is super fun to use. It is a very great kind of tool. You put your wood chips inside,
Yes.
and then you light them on fire, and it draws the smoke into your glass.
And this set comes with 4 different wood chips that you can try: oak, apple, hickory, and cherry. And so your basic 4 favorites.
Absolutely. And it's so impressive when you can sit there and you can walk up with your friends and family and show them the smoky cocktail that you just made them. Such a great kind of showstopper when you've got company over. So this is what's being given away. If you like and share the show, this is what you get to win at the end of this month. So like, share our show, send us love, show us love.
You can find our videos obviously on Facebook. It goes live and reshared. And of course, Instagram, LinkedIn, and those Twitter, TikTok in the future. But every time you see Tipsy Realtors on any social media platform, every time you laugh, share, tag your friends, your name will be entered multiple times into the draw. So
as many times as you share and like, you get an entry for one share and like each time.
Exactly. So otherwise, if you are looking to buy or sell a home, we're still lacking inventory there. We're having a hard time finding suitable homes and condos for our clients. So please give Robin and myself a call
on the number on the screen, or take a look at us on our website, and you can email us from there. But the biggest thing is we want to make sure that you guys are making the right decisions, the more informed decisions, the educated decisions, and the decisions that are best for you and not the decisions that are best for us. We want to be here to make sure that you make the best educated choice you can. This is a huge investment, and we want to be here to show you how to do it right. So make sure you have your friends, families, loved ones, coworkers, neighbors, call us at the number on the screen.
Yeah, and just imagine if we were this committed to make a freshly squeezed orange syrup with all the fresh herbs, how committed we can be in selling or buying your home.
All right. Well, thanks very much. Have a great week, and we will see you next week when we talk about...
Oh, yes, we got a new surprise, right?
Yes, this is going to be so exciting.
Martini.
We have an amazing special guest coming on, so make sure that you come and you watch our new guest who's coming on to talk about the Just Peachy Martini and what happens when you take possession of your new home. So, special guest next week. Don't miss it. We will talk to you next week. Have a great week.